Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Yeah, Santa Claus is here. So sing loud in here to spread that Christmas cheer. Haha. Anyway, what's up, guys? This is Sam, Contagious Collection. I'm really in the Christmas spirit. Looking forward to Christmas this year, as I do every year, of course. And decided to do a little Christmas theme thing over here with my tree and some Christmas cards. And I got the little the figures, the Mario, as you can see, the Yoshi right there. Those are cool. I got those on my shelf. Decided to do a Super Nintendo, Super Famicom collection video. I'm not exactly sure again the count of it. I think I did count how many games I have, but then I forgot. But I got some Super Famicom games, all cartridge-based games. I don't have any boxed games, not yet, unfortunately, but I'm still, looking out for them. And I got 3 of those really cool reproduction cartridges. So I'm just going to get right into it and hope you guys enjoy the video. First thing I'm going to show is the Super Nintendo right here with the controller. And I got that recently, actually, the Super Nintendo cleaning kit with the box. And it has the extra cleaning thing inside as well in like a plastic bag. I got the Super Game Boy right there, which is really convenient to play Game Boy games. You just pop it into Super Nintendo and play Game Boy games on your TV. And this is the Super Famicom, which is really yellowed up. Unfortunately, these things, that's what they end up doing. As you can see over here too. Overall, it's in pretty nice condition. But that front area where the controllers go in is yellowing up over there. But yeah. So I'm gonna first start off with actually the Super Famicom games. I think I have like 9 games. First game is Go-Go Ackman 2, which is a really cool game. Side-scrolling, you basically play as this guy right here that's holding a gun, which I think that's Ackman, and that's that little, your trusty sidekick, basically. When you beat up enemies, he collects stuff, I think coins and things like that. You have like a sword, you get guns and stuff, and it's a really cool, fun game. I am looking out for the third one. I have the first one as the reproduction cartridge, which was pretty cheap, and I got it off eBay. And yeah, Go-Go Ackman 2. Let's put that over there. Next game I am going to show is Final Fight 2, which is a really fun beat-em-up game. Capcom, love Capcom, of course. And I have the first one on a Super Nintendo, which I will show in a bit. Really fun game, love the beat-em-ups. Next game, this actually I found in the wild, I think last month in November. Golden Fighter. Haven't played it yet, but I got it for pretty cheap in a bundle, so that was pretty cool. This game, I'm not sure exactly what the name is, but it's a really fun, again, platformer, again, side-scrolling, and you play as this dude right there with that with a weapon, and you beat up enemies, and it's a pretty colorful, fun game. I played a little bit of it. Next game I will show is Poppin' Twinbee. I know this. And it's a really fun, top-down, colorful a shooter shmup. I don't think we got this in the States, in the United States. It's a really fun shooter. If you're into Super Famicom, I recommend this game, definitely. Next game, which I also recommend, is another great game. All the games I actually do recommend because they're really fun that I have. Magic Adventure, another side-scrolling platformer adventure game. I think it has Japanese fonts, but it's easy enough. You like scroll through, and from what I remember, but it's English friendly. I mean, you'll be able to play it. So that's another fun one. Next game is Zenki. I don't know if it's more than that. The rest is like in Japanese letter, and I don't know Japanese. But yeah, I think that's called Zenki. Another side-scrolling beat-em-up game from Hudson Soft, and really fun, great game. Overall in nice condition. Next game I'm going to show, I believe this is Super Bonk, or Bonk World, Super Bonk, something like that. This is the first one, and yeah. Next one is, I believe, is Super Bonk 2, which this one is like way better, really fun. Mario style game basically, but yeah, another Hudson Soft title. Very fun game, and I believe all these are like the bosses, I think, that you end up fighting, and that's Bonk right there. Yeah, really fun game. I think part 2 is a lot better and more sought after than the first one. Next game I'm going to show is start with the Super Nintendo. Maui Millard in Cold Shadow. This is like in really, really bad condition. It's all yellowed up. Well, more like, it looks sun faded actually. I think I got this from a flea market as well. The label isn't like in terrible condition. It's not a bad game. It was okay. Next game is Dragon's Lair. I played that a little bit as well. Not bad. Pretty cool game. Cubert 3 again. This one's like, I don't know, there's like discoloration on it and faded and all that. Cubert 3. Fun classic game. Not bad at all. Chuck Rock. I didn't really get into this one. It's an okay platformer. Next one is F-Zero with a pretty bad label. I'm probably going to end up trying to glue that on there, hopefully. A really fun racing game. Next game is Pink Goes to Hollywood. Haven't played this one yet either. Hopefully it's a good game. I don't know. Hook. Gotta get that cleaned up too right there with that permanent marker. I think this is another good one. It should be a fun game. I'm hoping. Next game is Soldiers of Fortune, which I did play this. It's a really fun top-down shooter type game. It does get really difficult. You go like all around, all over the place to advance into the next levels. Pretty cool. Here's another good one as well, Gun Force, which is I'd say a run and gun, kind of like a Contra style type game. Next game is Jurassic Park 2, The Chaos Continues. This one, compared to the first one was okay, and then you also get into that first-person view when you enter the rooms. I haven't played the first one that much, but this one, I gave it a little bit more of a play, and I really prefer Part 2 more than the first one. It's a really fun side-scrolling shooter. Really cool game. And next one is Aladdin. Another great one. I think the Genesis one is more preferred because you get to use your sword and all that stuff. But really true to the actual cartoon or whatever it is. Really fun game. What's this one? Mickey. Let's see. Mickey Mania, The Timeless Adventures of Mickey Mouse. I think I got this from a flea market too for like $3. Haven't played this yet, but the Disney games are really pretty good on Super Nintendo. Next one is Lion King. Haven't played too much of that either. The Jungle Book. And this one is Toy Story. Okay, let's make some room here to bring out the other games to show. Next, I'm going to show these reproduction cartridges, which are really awesome. Secret of Manitou. They're basically like see-through, clear. This one is a green cartridge. At the time, I got this off online, and the guy had like different colored cartridges, and I wanted the green one, so yeah. It just looks really nice. Very fun game, of course. Secret of Mana. The first one I don't have. I think I have played it online, where there's like some kind of a program where you could play free games and stuff. So Secret of Mana 2, yeah, it's a really, really good game. We didn't get part 2 in the US, but when I saw this, I said I had to get it. Very fun, very colorful action RPG game. And here's Go-Go Ackman. This is the first one in a red cartridge, which looks really nice. Another reproduction cartridge. This series was also in Japan only. We didn't get this in the States. Yeah, I have, as you guys saw, I have part 2 on the actual Super Famicom. And this one is ice blue, or yeah, like a see-through. I think it was called the ice blue cartridge. Another Japanese game that we didn't. I don't think we got. We didn't get this in the States for sure. Gourmet Sente Bara Yaru. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm trying to pronounce it as best as I can. A really colorful, bizarre, I would say, a beat 'em up. A really fun game. It does get hard. I think I got up to the first or the second boss, but it gets like tough as nails, man. It's a pretty fun game. Side-scrolling beat 'em up game. Pretty cool. Next game I'm gonna show, which I would always play this as a kid. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, another great beat 'em up game. Really fun. Atlas title, Power Instinct. This is a fighter, Street Fighter style, 2D fighter. I believe I got this from the flea market as well. Most of the games I did find actually from the flea market. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. Another fighter game. Street Fighter style. Speaking of Street Fighter, classic. Here's Street Fighter 2. Another game I would always play as a kid. And I would always... usually I like picking Ken and Ryu for this. Here and there. I like Chun-Li as well. The other fighters, I mean, you like to switch it up, but I usually go with Ken or Ryu. My favorite fighters. Mortal Kombat. Another great fighter. Here's another one, another fighter which I have not played, which is Primal Rage. And there's a little bit peeling on a label right there, but that's okay. Okay. Let's make some room here. Got just 2 more stacks to show. Next game I'm going to show is ActRaiser for the Super Nintendo. Another good one. There's actually part 2 of this as well. Final Fight. The original, the first one. I have part 2, as you guys saw on the Super Famicom. Love my beat 'em ups. Very fun. Another cool beat 'em up, which this is Jim Lee's, what is that? Wildcats? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Jim Lee's Wildcats Covert Action Teams. Another cool beat 'em up. I think that's a pretty uncommon game as well. Rival Turf, another cool beat 'em up. Here is a very few of my shooter shmups. Darius Twin. Here is Gradius. I love these shooters as well. Here's another, I believe, like a... Yeah, I think this is a shooter as well. Hyperzone. Not bad, pretty fun. And this one is... I gotta clean that up right there with those annoying stickers. Gotta hit that with some Goo Gone. Raiden Trad, another cool, I think that's a top-down shooter. And Super R-Type. And Here's the last stack. Super Mario World, of course, a classic, one of my all-time favorites. Super Mario All-Stars, which is basically Mario 1, 2, and 3. And you also get the Lost Levels in it. So that's pretty cool. Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. Amazing RPG with basically Mario characters, and it's really fun. Really great game. And one of my all-time favorites, of course, again, The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, which is a lot of people's favorite Zeldas, actually. Very fun. They just, after the Nintendo, they just took it to another level. Here's another great game, Super Metroid, which is just an awesome game. Very fun. I found this at a garage sale, believe it or not. It was just sitting like this on a table. And I got this with Resident Evil 2 on a PlayStation and some other games for like $5, which I was just like, wow. Yeah. And funny thing was, it was on a late Sunday where it was just a random garage sale that I just walked by, and it was just sitting on a table. And I asked the guy, do you have any more games? He said, no, this is all I have. I was like, I will take it. I mean, I found this before. I don't even have the first Metroid for the NES yet. Still looking out for that. But amazing game, of course. Next game is Donkey Kong Country, another classic. Very fun game. Another great one, Super Punch-Out. The Punch-Out games are really fun as well. Another awesome game is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time. I'm sure a lot of people would agree, from the Nintendo to this Super Nintendo, this is actually, of course, the best one. Just colorful, an amazing beat-em-up, great game. I don't know if this is very uncommon or not, but it's up there too. It's climbing up in price as well. Next game I'm going to show is the Legend of the Mystical Ninja. Another really fun game, beat 'em up. I believe there was like part 2 to 4 on a Super Famicom that Japan got that we didn't end up getting. We only got the first one in the States, which I'm actually looking out for those for the Super Famicom, or if I could find them on a reproduction cartridge, because I know there's like part 2, 3, and 4 of this, if I'm not mistaken, on the Super Famicom again. Yeah. And the next game and the last is Illusion of Gaia, which is another great, really fun game. I think this is an RPG, if I'm not mistaken, or like an action-adventure type game. I have played it a little bit. I did get stuck on one of the bosses. Found this at the flea market again. As you can see, it's like all faded, discolored, and all that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So, did another video, show you guys my collection of Super Nintendo, Super Famicom. Since I got some time, you know, I decided to make these videos. I also made the one for Nintendo, and you know, things like that. That's pretty much it. I might do another video. Who knows? I'm in the mood to making more videos. I might do a N64 one next, and then after that, if I have time, I'll do the GameCube and maybe the Wii as well. So we'll see. And then after that, we'll go to the different consoles. So that's pretty much it. And yeah. Sam, Contagious Collection. Again, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.